Welcome back, everybody. My name is Alexandra Ray, and I'm here with my co-host,
Nomar Mendoza.
That's right. So we are here again for another episode of The Cast, and we were just talking about this, but we have all these amazing guests. I mean, I call them celebrity guests because they're the biggest little city celebrities, but I feel like we're pretty cool too.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say we're pretty decent.
I mean, who came up with this idea, right?
Right.
Us.
Yeah, exactly. And, I know you have been doing a lot of work here in the community as well for like years now. I think even longer than I have.
Oh my gosh.
So.
I mean, I feel like we've both been doing so much, but you know what I really want to talk about? I feel like we've already interviewed, David. He was our first one. He was an actor and everything, but you're an actor too.
Yeah.
I want to talk more about your acting life, your career, how you got started, and why you want to be an actor so badly.
I'll tell you all about that. It's kind of a cringe story, how I wanted to become an actor. But I remember being 12 years old, and I was living in this duplex, and my family grew up poor. So I was living in this duplex with my aunt, my cousin, my other cousin, my two sisters, my mom and my dad, in a 2-bed, 1-bath duplex. And it was not a good situation. I slept on the floor because I didn't have a bed. And
I don't think I knew that.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I was in 7th grade, and we were watching TV. It was me, my dad, and my cousin. We were watching My Wife and Kids, which is an old sitcom, and we're watching TV, and my dad goes, "Wow, that must be nice, right?" And my cousin said, "Yeah, I know. Being an actor just seems so cool."
Mm-hmm.
And one of them said something you get paid a lot, you get to kiss pretty girls, you get to just have what looks like a really fun time, and you get to be famous. And I was
sold
on the sidelines, what am I doing in school, So it's always stuck in my head, I think, ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just theater work throughout, from then on out, and throughout high school I did theater work, and because I really wanted to do film. That was my biggest dream, film and television work. And now that I have been, it took so long, but at the age of 24, that's when I met Justine, my agent, and that's when things started coming about, and films and commercials and television shows have happened since. And
well, thank goodness for
but
Justine.
Was my dad right about, and my cousin, were they right about this ideal lifestyle that actors have? I don't think so. I think being an actor is quite the struggle. I think that's
why they call it a struggling actor.
Yeah, I think
it's a real thing.
Yeah, although it's I was thinking about this earlier. I think acting is really gritty. It's a gritty lifestyle. It's like you are surviving on no energy,
mm-hmm.
no time, no you have you double book yourself
right.
over and over and over again. In an ideal scenario, I guess if you're getting that many gigs, which is a good thing, but now you're extending yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a crazy lifestyle, and it's not all that glamorous as everyone makes it out to be. So I think the best actors there are, and the ones we're going to interview throughout this whole series,
mm-hmm.
like we already did with David, are the ones that are able to recognize that I just want to do this, versus I'm doing this for the glamour and
mm-hmm.
for the lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, when I got into news, everyone thought it was really glamorous, and people to this day think that I have makeup artists in the back doing my makeup in between shows, and I keep on having to remind them that we are local news, and I don't have anybody doing my makeup or doing my hair or any of this, and it's not glamorous, it's a serious job. I always say we're basically first responders, and we're always there when something bad happens. We always have to take on that emotional baggage when we're doing those stories, but there are fun sides to it too. But still, back in the day, I was a video journalist, which is a reporter who does all of their own camera work, and you have to film everything yourself, you have to cut everything, which means editing and voice it, and you have to do every single thing. So everything that you see on TV was created by my fingers right here.
That's awesome. And I remember you struggling at first when you had the early parts of your career, and
it
seeing
was a huge shift, because it went from not so intense as an intern to super intense when I finally got the job.
Yeah, and on top of that, I remember all the things you would see in town that you had to report on, and I'm sure that must have been a huge way under.
And you really do learn how to cope with those kind of things because, you know, I do think it's important to get local news out to our community. That's why I do this job. I really love my job. But another aspect of another thing that I do is I do a lot of modeling and I do a lot of pageants. And on the modeling spectrum, I mean, you think it's glamorous and it's glitz and it's everything. It is not.
Yeah. Tell me about your fitness routine, because as an actor, you really gotta like...
You have to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
So every single day I have something going on. So Pilates on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then we have, you know, my running. I'm training for a marathon right now, so that thankfully is keeping me in shape for my other endeavors, so I don't have to worry about it too much. And yeah, I mean, it's just always like honing in on your schedule, figuring out what to eat, because I had to start counting my protein, which I've never done in my life.
Do you count your calories too?
No, I just count my protein. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, no. I recently did a body scan at my gym. My personal trainer had me like get on this machine, and what it does is it like tracks what your like resting caloric. Yeah. I don't know what the term is, but like it tells you like how much you can survive. Like if you just lay in bed all day.
Oh my gosh.
And for me, it's 1,600 calories, and it measures like your body fat percentage and a bunch of other things. But my body fat percentage right now currently is at 11 point something percent.
That's pretty good.
Which is pretty sweet. Pretty but I, you know, as an actor, you want to get that lower and lower, of course.
Right.
So like,
you want to manipulate your body to the role.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
and you want to look good.
Crazy to
yeah.
think about.
I was in this film last summer with a special guest we're gonna have today. In which I had to take off my shirt, and I was like, man, if I just had like 6 more months, you know,
and this would have been body fat percentage down.
Yeah, it would have been perfect, but you know,
it's really hard when your body has to be a certain thing for the job that you're doing, and I mean, even getting there, it's like a mental thing. You want to make sure that you're not crossing the line of like, okay, this is no longer healthy, but as long as you're grounded, I think it's okay.
Yeah, no, definitely, and it was a really cool machine. I had to like stand on there for like, I want to say like maybe a minute. It was like so quick, and then it just like prints out this like little piece of paper with like all these metrics on you.
That's really cool.
I really recommend it.
Maybe I'll do it.
Yeah. But it's all that. It's like keeping track of your fitness, keeping track of your wealth too. Like you got to budget everything. It's not glamorous, but man, is it worth it? Like, do you really like your career?
I love my career. I think that news is definitely something that I'm really good at, and I love it so much. But you know, journalism is a broad spectrum of things. So I also like magazine writing. I like writing in general. I love doing blog posts.
Do you like podcasts?
Love podcasts, you guys, especially the cast, you know, episode 2. So watch it. Anyways, link down below. No, we're kidding. So anyways, so yeah, no, I love it so much. But like I said, journalism is a broad spectrum. And I feel like everything that I do is journalism. And I think that's why I picked this major. And that's why I picked this direction in life. Because when I was a business major, you knew me when I was a business major.
Yeah.
And I was just so miserable in my own way.
Little backstory. When we were in college, there was a day where me and Alexandra were like sitting in class, and I think you turned to me.
Yeah.
And you said something to me. You said, do you like this? And I was like, I mean, not really. I don't really like accounting. No. And you said something like, yeah, me neither. I think I'm going to switch. I was like, just like that?
Just like that.
And then you switched to journalism and never saw you again. I mean, I did, but like not in that class.
No, because accounting was the worst day of my life. Every single day I would go into that class, and I was good at school, and I would just not get it. And he would ask questions, and other people would be like, oh, it's assets. And I'm like, what is that? Like, I know what an asset is, but I'm like, how do you formulate an asset into a number? And that's what I wasn't grasping. I was like,
no, not even that. Like, they would say things like, oh, like, forget everything you know about, like, things you thought you know, like debit and credit. Like, get all that.
And another thing, too, is that they were like, oh, you think you know what an asset is? Just like you were saying. And it's just like, okay, column it out, you know, like, organize it into, like, assets and, like, whatever deficits or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know how I got through it. I used Chegg throughout the whole time.
Which is cheating, by the way.
I know. No, now they catch you. If they see your email, like with like account associated with an email of yours that's like a collegiate email, they will like literally like I think expel you.
Okay, so
or
use
something.
an alias, you guys.
Yeah. No, I definitely. I mean, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything else. But yeah, no.
Don't get yourself caught.
Yeah, but like I did use Chegg though during college, and that was before they implemented all that. And that's what got me through the homework, but like the test, I was always cooked.
Yeah.
I was cooked.
No, the tests I never did well, but like you did so well in the assignments, you could bomb the tests.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
That's how it went, yeah.
And then we would get, we would graduate with a D in that class. And
Yeah.
that's why I switched my major, because I'm like, I'm not a math person.
I stuck through it. I got my business degree.
Yeah.
You know, bachelor's in business, and
I got my associate's in business.
Oh, you did?
I got a minor.
You got a minor in business.
That's right.
And then a major in
journalism and news broadcasting was my emphasis. Yeah.
And you're still working in that, and I'm not a business. I mean, I'm very business oriented.
For sure.
But like, what am I? I'm a teacher. You know, I teach here, Take Two Performer Studio, and yeah. So it's very like I do not regret college at all. Like I always tell people, like, if it's your path, it's your path. Like
I think college is great. I mean, I do use my degree, but I feel like college was a great experience and I have no regrets. I always tell people they should go, but I do understand, even trade colleges or community colleges, whatever kind of college it is, and like, it's always nice to just, I don't know, I like school, so I'm just going to tell you to go learn something.
I low-key kind of miss it.
I love just learning something, just staying in class and being like, oh, I didn't know that. And then you're just smart for it.
Yeah, and I got to meet you through it.
See?
We met in college.
Exactly,
so,
and now we're here.
Struggling
actors
on
a podcast.
Speaking of which, we do have a special guest today.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of
struggling filmmaker.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
He works with us struggling actors.
He works with a lot of struggling actors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've met one non-struggling actor besides David Gamble, who we had last time.
Right.
Yeah. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce the great director Jake Zmak.
Yo.
Hello.
He's also our timekeeper for the night.
Hi.
Hey, Jake.
I'm Jake.
Are you? Are you now?
Yeah, definitely not a struggling filmmaker.
No, I'm sure you're
Just
not.
a filmmaker.
So, if you're not a struggling filmmaker, what kind of filmmaker are you?
Is that in terms of like genre?
Yeah, maybe.
I just kind of done so far everything that kind of interests me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time, Nomar and I met because I casted him in my first movie that we did last year. That was the movie he did last summer that had him take his shirt off.
Several times.
Oh, so you're the reason he has a complex.
I instilled the fire.
Hey, I look
in
good
him.
now.
I gave him motivation. But since then, like, him and I have been working on this one movie that we've been shooting since like August. And at least once or twice a week, he hits me up about something new that somebody heard about me and wants me to shoot something for them. So
Yeah,
just kind of
like
whatever I find that inspires me and I'm going to have fun with. And,
Yeah, it seems like you're, the jobs are coming to you now.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels incredible. And like, like paying gigs have started to happen and it's the greatest feeling in the world.
That is really cool. It's really nice when, and we can attest to this, but it's really nice when you finally find something you're really passionate about and then it pays you money for it.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
No, it's not at work.
No, it doesn't feel like it at least. Could you tell us a little bit about, your background and how you became a filmmaker?
Definitely, yeah. You guys are sitting here talking about journalism. I'm actually in the journalism program at UNR right now.
Currently?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm 20. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're just gonna out yourself?
Yeah. It makes my achievements seem cooler.
He is a filmmaker.
Yeah, so I was in high school, and I just, kind of similar to Nomar's story, I just felt like I could and should be doing more.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wanted that kind of life seems kind of unachievable to some people, but like I wanted to be famous, like I always just kind of like had that about me, but I never really knew what. Like I played baseball my whole life and I thought that was gonna be like the path I was gonna go to and play baseball in college and everything, but like I get to my senior year and I just realized that like I'm not really that happy and I don't really know exactly what the path forward is, but I've loved making videos and playing with cameras and all that kind of equipment and stuff my whole life. And I just like kneeled into that so hard at that time, like 18-ish. And then I decided to go to UNR and stop playing baseball and just have a little more of a simple life. But I was like, because everybody in my life was saying, oh man, you're gonna meet so many other like filmmakers and at UNR who are gonna like take you under their wing and all that. But like I get to UNR and my first semester I worked on like one short film for this girl who it was like her final or whatever, and it just kind of didn't happen. And then, sorry, I'm rambling now, but
no, I mean...
like after that first semester, I was like, shit, I guess I'm gonna have to just kind of do it myself. So I like dug up this old like short film script I wrote when I was like a junior, and then I just added like 50 extra pages to that and like developed the story a lot more. And from step one to finishing it, I just kind of did everything myself, from finishing the script, casting, pre-production, finding people that I could trick into let me using their equipment and get people to volunteer their time and everything. And like I said, that's where I met Nomar at our auditions, and then just got the movie done. And through that,
when he auditioned me, I did not know he was 20.
Oh.
Like he, I think other people said different things, but most people thought you were even younger.
Oh.
By the way, you were 19 when you did
that. I was 19.
Yeah. I think Grace thought you were 18. I thought you were like 23, 24, 25.
Blake thought I was like 26 or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Just because like the way you presented yourself. So it's kind of impressive the way you present yourself to strangers.
See what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, he's fooling everyone.
Yeah.
But in a good way. I mean, it serves.
Yeah, almost everyone he tells that he's 20, it's like they like go, what? You know?
Oh,
yeah.
Like recently, we were just at a short film competition, and you, I think, let it be known to some people there. And they were all like, this is crazy. Because, like, Jake filmed 4? Was it 4?
4, yeah.
He made 4 movies for people at this competition, which was more than, like, I think anyone has ever done for Carson Shorts. Because, like, there's been teams that have done 3. Like, Matt's done 3 before. But I don't think anyone's ever done 4. I may be wrong. Maybe Matt has done 4 before. But let go of me.
Never do that again.
He's like, I am not.
Do not touch me.
Sorry, he's a struggling actor.
Oh, I can't look him in the eyes.
I can only struggle for so much longer.
He only drinks sparkling water.
But like it's like that is really impressive, and
Thanks,
that's
man.
because people were calling him on to their team,
Okay.
and I called dibs, but that didn't matter. You know.
I cooked the hardest
There's
with his.
obviously some beef.
we made his the very best. It
Yeah,
was really
like
good.
ours was like not only is it picking up a lot of views on my channel and their channel,
Right.
but it is actually like right now it's getting close to it. I don't know about the time of this recording, but I think once this is out, it will be the most viewed video on Carson Shorts' YouTube page.
Wow.
More than winners.
That's cool.
Ones that have won in the competitions in the past, which is like, why
And
didn't we win?
Yeah, it's a testament to
Yeah,
like
feels
maybe
good.
why didn't you win, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, so what do you want to you want to be famous? You already answered that question, but
I tell people Spider-Man movies in 10 years' time.
okay, yeah, that was pretty much the next question.
You started
Yeah.
off on YouTube though, right? Making YouTube videos?
Yeah. It was about 14 or 15. There's the long version of the story and the short version. Pick.
A short.
Okay, so the short version, a few guys on my baseball team, we were all like close friends and everything, and we watched these couple of YouTubers, and we just loved what they did. They just like got lav mics and taped them to their chest and did like pranks and stupid stuff out in public and everything. So we just started doing that, and I just found that I was the one with the camera, and I edited the videos, and the channel was in my name, and I was on it most of the time, and I became kind of branded by doing that, and everybody at like my school and I was like the video guy, so that's where I learned to love like editing and making a narrative out of clips and playing with the idea of making a movie and everything, and painfully bad those videos, but I feel like that's the way it kind of starts, right? Yeah, it was so much fun. It was like a 14, 15, maybe like 16 years old. It was great, and it was definitely the foundation of the love for what I do now.
Absolutely. I mean, it all starts very, very small. The day that I decided, and you know this, the day that I decided to change my majors, I literally took a blueberry bagel, because I skipped my economics class. You'll see where this is going.
Bagel.
Oh my gosh. I skipped my economics class because I had told my teacher, I was like, hey, like, I'm going to switch my major. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, and she thought it was her. She was like, is it because of my class? And I was like, no, it's not because of your class. It's not you. And I was just like, wait, I'm the one who's supposed to be crying. So I was like, okay, like, see you later, sorry. So I went and got myself a bagel because it was like my safe space. So like all over campus, they sell bagels and coffee.
Oh.
Just like these little kiosks all over campus.
Yeah, I've never seen any of those.
Well, we'll have to show you
I
where they
missed
are
out.
because it was
I don't
in
know
the
if they're
business.
still there.
It was maybe they're not because it was in the business building, this
Nzari.
specific one. Yeah. Not the new one, the
Huh.
old one, the Ansari building.
There's a new one's already building?
No, there's like a different business building now. They just like built it.
What?
But I don't know if it's opening up.
It's not open.
It's
yet.
not open yet.
But it's
they are
really
building
cool.
it.
Yeah. Anyway, continue with the story.
Anyway, so I took this bagel and I went over to the journalism school, and because I just now switched my major and I was so overwhelmed because I was like a get it done in a day kind of person. I had met with different colleges to see which major I wanted because I almost did psychology, but then I was like, maybe not.
You almost switched to psychology.
I almost was a therapist.
Journalism is interpretive
It's ironic that we're on a
psychology.
couch, right?
Yeah, giving us therapy.
Yeah, literally. That's what casting is all about. But I took my bagel into a brick stairwell and I was kind of like crying. And I was like eating a bagel and crying, which is weird to do at the same time. And I was like looking around and I'm like, wow. I'm like, I think I made the right decision because I'm eating a bagel. I'm crying because I'm stressed out.
Sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
And I'm in a brick stairwell. And I'm like, this is struggling writer if I've ever heard of one.
Oh my gosh,
This is struggling writer energy right now. So
I'm gonna get you a blueberry
Absolutely.
bagel for your birthday.
It is one of my favorite bagels, so that would be nice.
Whenever you need inspiration, just have a good cry, eat
Yeah.
a blueberry bagel.
And a coffee.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
blueberry bagels and coffee.
I have your favorite drink saved in my phone
You do?
in case of emergency.
Wait, what is it? Might have changed.
It's on my phone.
It's on Easel.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
have
have
it.
to check it after. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised though, because I mean, we have known each other for almost.
I wrote it down one day.
I think almost 10 years. I think
No way.
Jeez.
maybe because since 2016.
We met in 2016.
Well, yeah, because we met when I was a freshman.
Same, but I think that was 2017 because we met second semester.
Oh, maybe. No, that would have been fall.
I was
no,
12.
that would have been 2017.
So
But still, 8
yeah,
years.
8 years.
That's a long
That's awesome.
time.
I remember the day I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Okay, I feel like I have a brain of a goldfish, but you should just tell
Okay.
me.
I was sitting in class. Well, first, there's a little backstory to this. Let's see what you think of this. Okay. So I was sitting in math class. I was business calculus.
Already
I
hate
just
it.
want to preface that we have so much history that he remembers every single thing. I don't remember every single thing. Nomar remembers everything.
Hey, I might remember it
Honestly,
wrong.
yeah. That's exactly
I'll
my
let you know,
relationship with
because
Nomar.
every single time that he tells me like, this thing, and then he tells me about it, I'm like, oh my god, and then I remember it, and then I'm like, oh, I remember that now. But,
There's some backstory. I was in business calculus with you, and I used to sit behind you. And I remember the first day I noticed you, I was like, whoa! I like blonde
Just
ponytails.
whoa.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, okay, cool. And then, I was like, there's no way any girl like that would ever talk to me, That's what I was thinking. And because I was like a dweeb. I was like reading The Walking Dead during this time, like the big old compendium. I was reading
actual book.
I was reading a comic book. So we also had
Yeah.
3 classes together, or maybe 4, I don't
Right.
remember. And like during English classes, a different class, different day. You like, no, there's more to the math thing. Is that there was a guy who sat next to you, and he just started chatting it up with you, and I was like, oh, what a weirdo, what a creep, right? And then
as he reads The Walking
Yeah.
Dead.
yeah. And then he said something to you at the end of class. He said, "Can I have your number?" And you were like, "Sure," or whatever. So then I walked out with him because we were just going the same direction, and I heard him talk to his bro. He's like, "Yo, I just got that girl's number, bro." Oh, and I was like, "Oh, if I could just tell that girl what a red flag this guy is, that would be great."
That's so
But I
annoying.
never thought about doing that. Or I mean, I did think about doing that, but I never did it because I was scared to approach you.
Yeah.
I was like a dweeb. I would do that now. But I was
Confidence is from within.
well, not when I was 19.
We were really young. We
yeah.
didn't know each other. Like, this is not.
I'm 27 now. That's a
Yeah.
huge change in character development. But I was like,
Got that dog in
Now
you.
we're old.
yeah, now we're old coots. I was in English class when you randomly at the end of class, like sat down. You just plopped. You just dropped all your things right next to me like a movie.
It's heavy.
Like, yeah, you were just like, "What are you doing tonight?" I was like,
I do remember that.
"What in the world? This is like."
No, because this is what I
Where are the
do.
cameras? Am I being pranked? And you said, you're in my math class, right? I was like, yeah. And I was reading The Walking
Yeah.
Dead at that point. And you were like, yeah, well, I need someone to study with for that test that's coming up. And I was like, oh, okay.
Was it actually to study?
No, it was.
It was.
It was.
Oh.
All we did was
Yeah.
study. Most of our hangouts were study hangouts.
Yeah, we always were in the library together, always studying. And like some people, we always did really good when we did that though. We always aced our tests when we studied together. So it was never like a,
Good for you guys.
yeah, it was great actually. But I knew he was in multiple of my classes, and I do remember coming up to him, and I didn't want him to leave, And I knew he was like about to get up, whatever. And it was like the end of class, everyone's leaving, and that's why I put all my stuff down in front of him so he would
take
leave.
what you want.
Yeah, and then I was like, hey, like, what are you doing tonight? And I like don't know him at all, but like that's just. I feel like I'm like that. Like, I will look at you and be like, so, what are you doing? You got something going on? No? Great. Okay, you're coming with me? Awesome? Cool.
You're coming with me.
She had the confidence thing down.
It's a very, like, college freshman thing I've noticed that, like, freshmen are just, like, so eager to experience, they get the college experience.
I want to make friends.
And make friends, and so they just, like, hi!
I think you were probably, like, one of my first, like, real college friends. Like, for real.
I'm gonna cry on camera for the first time.
That's why we're here.
Yeah,
that's why we're here. Now we're old doing a podcast together, and we're still best friends.
Of all my college friends, I have 2 left. It's you and my friend Max, and it's just us.
I think that you...
Max? No,
different Max.
Different Max.
Yeah, a lot of my college friends moved, so I don't get to really see them. But the local ones, I mean, I really think that, like, you're kind of it. So
you're kind of
it for me, like, as far as, like, college friends go. Yeah.
You're in a sorority.
Yeah, but they all moved away.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So I don't really get to see them anymore.
What year did you guys graduate?
2020, the best year to graduate.
Right.
2020.
So you guys didn't have a graduation?
No, but I went back and I graduated again.
A year later,
cool.
right?
No, I graduated, well, yeah, I guess so. A year later. Mm-hmm. On the football field.
Yeah, I did not. I mean, I graduated. I got my bachelor's, but I
He's
didn't
like, that's
walk.
why I act. He's like, I only acted like a graduate.
Been eating out of the garbage ever since.
At the time, I probably was. That's why I didn't walk.
I feel like you've been doing really well in your acting career, though. You know,
it
really
feels
taken off for you.
Thank goodness.
I've seen. I don't want to say like most. It's definitely not most of it, but I've seen a lot of it firsthand, and it's. He's the only other. I've described him as the only other person, that. I don't want to say works as hard because that sounds arrogant, but like has the same level of like. I don't even want to call it drive. It's just like I need it.
Right.
Like I need it to happen, you know?
I mean, I think me and him are both like that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the reasons that we are really good friends, because we all both have the same drive. I mean, even this podcast, we were talking about this at a coffee shop, and we're like, hey, you just want to do it? And then we literally filmed it a week later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we didn't have cool equipment. We just, like you were pointing out, because thank you for helping us. Because, we didn't have, like, the coolest stuff. Like, we literally just had our phones and maybe, like, a Canon camera
we had
that I
PJ
used to have.
holding the camera.
Holding the phone.
He held it really steady that first episode. He was holding it. He was
saying,
he's got the gimbal hand.
No, literally, he had it. And then all of a sudden, we talked to him.
Towards the end, he was like, guys.
He's like, I think
That's
it's
so
been
PJ.
an hour. No, it's pretty funny. He's super funny.
Yeah.
We'll have him on.
Gotta be PJ. So he's in this movie we're shooting. Surely you've talked about the movie.
We want to talk about the movie?
We haven't talked about the
because
movie.
I'm the guest, ask me about the movie.
So, tell us about the movie.
What movie are you working on right now?
So after my movie last year, we premiered it in October, but we finished like principal photography probably like what, July? The middle of August?
I want to say, was it? No, because August was...
No, I think I remember
It must have been July.
A few of the last pickups were in August. Most of it was done in July. We took a 2-week break and then a few more shots in August. Anyway, then I just get down to editing, which took another, month and a half, and then we premiered October 13th. But around the end of August, I hadn't talked to Nomar in a few weeks because he was just my actor in my movie and kept it kind of professional. But he reached out to me. And he was like, hey, I've been workshopping this idea for this musical that I want to do.
Oh.
And immediately I was like, I don't know if I want to be the dude.
I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I surely he had talked to you about it before.
100%.
I was like really skeptical at first because one, I had not grasped the idea of like exactly creatively how I would want to pull off a musical.
Right.
And that didn't develop like that natural like drive for me. So he like talked me into it, and then we had like a meeting about it. Literally, I think it was August 29th, and then we just sat and talked about it for like just an hour solid, and I was like, okay, I'm in love with this project. And I just like started seeing the vision, and it's called American Idiot. It's about Green Day's 2000. It's a narrative that Nomar wrote and like crafted through like the songs on Green Day's 2004 album called American Idiot.
And he would, because he's their biggest fan.
And he's the biggest Green Day fan, and he's he's definitely made me a huge Green Day fan through it, as well as like everybody else on the team, which is like just.
I mean, I heard you guys had like this crazy scene where you used a bunch of pyrotechnics or whatever.
Oh my
like,
god!
A bunch of explosions.
Dude, let me tell you. So we've just.
That's so cool.
We've been so diligent
I've only
about
seen
shooting.
snippets.
I cannot. Like this is the greatest thing either of us have ever done,
Mm-hmm.
and like what we've actually been able to pull. See, this just sound like I got me sounding arrogant on here, but it's just so good and it's so cool and it like we're both just so passionate about it. I'm directing and producing.
Mm-hmm.
He's acting. He's starring in it, obviously, and
Right.
you know we just have like some of
It's
the
his
best
baby.
talent.
Yeah.
Exactly, you know, and
It was so cool that you guys are collaborating to like make it a reality.
It was very
Yeah.
clear when we started that it was like his movie, his baby. But then as it like developed, he's like just handed me more of the reins because like I said, we just kind of had like a totally professional relationship in terms of what we had done before. But through this project, not only have him and I become like super close buds, you know,
Right.
but like we've learned each other's artistic style and everything. So he knows that I can just handle the production side and he just gets to be the actor and I get to direct and produce. And spawn ideas, and he pulls them off, and we've just been doing so freaking good at it, and it's really delivered, in my opinion, some of the best stuff that's come out of like independent filmmaking.
So cool.
Like not just in Reno.
Not just Reno, that one. Did he show you that clip?
He showed
the pyrotechnics?
me. He showed me a few clips.
Okay.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
scene is called "Last Night on Earth." It's a Green Day song. It's one of my favorite Green Day songs, and so we wanted to make an homage to the album cover.
Right.
So we needed fire.
Of
And
course.
I grabbed a bunch of free scrap wood that I like left on the side of the road for Jake to pick up. And
Well, River actually picked it up.
Those
I
weirdest-
was driving Chandler. Well, so what?
I bet you find yourself in the weirdest situation sometimes as an actor, just trying to like find that like
Because-
something kind of weird, you know, like wood for whatever reason,
Yeah.
or
When you're with so many like creative people, like the way this idea came about was we were thinking about how we were gonna pull this off.
right.
And I just had the idea. So what we actually did was we just threw a bucket of lighter fluid onto the fire.
Super safe.
It was crazy. I
There's a
mean,
video of it.
like it's the most independent filmmaker thing in the world. But like for how good the clip really is, like how genuinely mind blowing. Like other filmmakers are gonna see this and be like, oh my god, like how did they do that? And for us to do it for literally however much the lighter fluid cost, you know, and got a bunch of our friends and team members time just to come out to Moonrocks with
We
us.
had
Like,
so much help that day. Like we had
because we did have people with
I totally
fire
get it,
extinguishers
yeah.
and water and like blankets, and people were like diligent. It was absolutely freezing.
I
too.
mean, I get it. Like, I mean, like you said, like your film costs as much as the lighter fluid. Last night, I was just telling you I was doing a photo shoot on my own, and I had like a ring light, my phone, and a $5 piece of tool, and that was it.
It's about
and it
how
was like how it was
what you can
how
do with what you
creative
have.
can you be?
it's about how good you are at what you're
And
doing.
these looked like studio photo, and I was like, you know,
There you go.
but also, you know, we all learn how to.
Now
photo
imagine
edit
if you
and
had
everything.
a huge thing
Yeah, that's
and
what
like what you could do with it. So I think
like
it's good
amazing.
now. Yeah. If
We're
you
all
can-
honing our skills so we can be amazing.
and if you can do that now with what you have now, then
Yeah.
imagine what you can do when you have a lot. That's a message to our investors. Saying
and our future sponsors.
yes, that as well. MeUndies, hit us up.
Dr. Squatch.
Anyways, we'll have to reach out. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, so American Idiot is definitely, been really good for not just our working relationship, but the relationship in the community as well. We brought on so many people, and that's my goal with it, is that I told myself whenever I make my first feature, it's gotta be something collaborative with everybody, and that's
Yes.
everyone we're gonna interview.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so like we have like the best of the best talent.
Was David a part of this?
David is a part of this.
I did not know that.
David is a pretty good, substantial supporting role in the film. Yeah,
That's really cool.
This 100%, I'm not even gonna say it might be, it's 100% in terms of the actual manpower we have, this is the biggest project that's ever come out of Reno.
Wow. That's really cool.
It's so
That's
incredibly
your literal
ambitious.
title, you have it, that is yours.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Cool.
And I think because we are the way, me and him are the way that we are, it's that feeling is what it fuels me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
People seeing the scale at which we're doing this at, and being impressed is what is like we can do it. So
Okay,
why
on
wouldn't we
top of
not?
that,
You know.
Yeah.
You know, Green Day has tried to make this movie for like the longest time. Hollywood keeps failing, like over and over and over. 2006, in 2011, and then again 2020 is the last time they said, okay, it's not happening.
Oh,
Did
wow.
I
So-
sent you that thing about the Green Day movie now, right?
Yeah, so they're making a new Green Day movie, but it's not American Idiot. It's
Yeah.
just like a comedy that has almost nothing to do with Green Day. It's just
Oh, really?
Green Day adjacent. So
Oh,
it's about
okay.
it's about a band of like people, and they think they're opening up for Green Day, but they're not. That's
Oh.
what the comedy bit is.
Shit.
It has nothing to do with
Do
our
you
film.
feel like making this film is kind of saying like, well, we did it?
Yes,
So,
it is 100,000%. But it's
definitely.
also
Follow us.
that 19-year-old
Yeah.
who was reading The Walking Dead
Mhm.
that you went up to, was at the same time writing the concept for this movie.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yes.
This has been so long in the making.
Long in
then?
the making.
Your whole adult life.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much.
That's insane.
Yeah, and I have everyone in my family. Everyone.
Well, I just like to thank me for getting you through college.
No, I copied off your answers, especially in
It's
math.
true. I'm very smart now.
No, you are wicked smart, and like you need to give yourself more credit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like school. I will. say.
You like school?
Love school.
It's different than being good at school.
Well, I do both, so it doesn't matter.
I'm neither. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's why it's such a significant thing. It's like this has never been done before, and they tried with all the money in the world. They tried. We don't have all the money in the world. We have like no money,
Yeah.
but we have all of
Lighter
the ambition.
fluid and ambition.
Yeah, we have all the
Seriously,
ambition, all the
100%.
drive, and all the people that want to help us. It's a godsend. And
There was one I don't even know if I could call my favorite day on set because it was so like genuinely stressful. Like that's like probably the only time on set that I've not been able to calm down, and I just have to put my head down and just get to work. Was it was in the teens in the degrees. It was so freezing, and we were at this house. That was like this really nice house. These people who like are good friends of ours let us use their house, and it was awesome. There was like 50 people on set that day, and most of it, like 35 of that was extras, a bunch of people helping out and everything. And the scale in which we had like every single shot was just like had to be perfect, and it was so dense that we didn't even actually finish.
We didn't finish the scene that day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no. So we're like we're gonna go back,
Right.
but because it was so dense,
We had really professional lighting. We had professional.
we covered
people.
every single every base. It was insane. But so my point to that is like the quality that we're doing it at, and like that we're able to pull off with no money and no real like tangible resources like
Right.
that. That's the scale.
It'll look
you know
great.
what I mean?
Like in the movie theater when it premieres. Like
That's
it'll
really
look
cool.
great.
Like
Yeah.
and that we're able to achieve that look and feel, and that like the clips that we show people as like that looks like a movie, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's just me holding the camera, us workshopping different ideas with just anybody who's willing to help, you know?
Yeah. It's always about collaboration.
Exactly.
It does sound really arrogant.
No, it doesn't. No, it's good to be confident. Confidence.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a very fine line.
Yeah. Do you like The Walking Dead?
I feel like The Walking Dead.
Well,
Yeah, that's
apparently
how
it
you
gives
get to
good
know
movie
somebody.
ideas.
That's how you get to know somebody. That's better than small talk. You just ask them when they gave up on The Walking Dead.
I've never watched the show.
Oh.
I've only read the comics.
I got like 3 seasons in.
Oh.
Oh, I've never given up on it. I love it too much.
Oh,
man.
really?
I love The Walking Dead.
Really?
I
Yeah,
skipped to,
I
like-
knew we were gonna be friends day one. I was like, really busy reading.
I skipped to the season that Carl died after like season 3.
Bro, that's where they messed up. In the comics, he lives the whole time.
Oh.
He's there to the
Damn.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Didn't
Anyways.
the show end like 5 years ago? I know they're making spin-offs.
No,
of
but-
it,
they're
but
making spin-offs.
The comics, people reading it.
That's
Sorry.
that's like Luke, I'm your father. That's so long ago.
All right. Well.
Spoilers. Oops. Also,
bro.
so Jake, thank you so much for coming on
Yeah.
and all that.
Thanks for
And-
having
Yeah,
me.
thanks for. I mean, you were really like our little last minute guest, but we're really happy that you were willing to come on anyways and talk to us about everything
Yeah,
else.
it's
Especially
fun.
since you really just came here to like help us out with camera stuff, which is really nice of you. So thank you for that.
Sorry, the camera died.
No, but it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. It was fun.
Thank
good
you
to
so
good to
much.
plug the movie.
Yeah, of course, of course.
It was
We're
good
really
to talk to you
excited to
guys.
like see it. I'm excited to see it.
Don't ever touch me again. Ever touch me again.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, this
Thanks
has been really
so
nice.
much for having me on. It was great.
Alright, you guys, thank you so much. Like and subscribe as usual. It will be on all of the platforms that we're usually on, including Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube, and of course on our Instagram. So make sure you're looking out for our next episode because it is coming very soon. So we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.